Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine. Shrieking skulls will shock your soul, seal your doom tonight.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Raid the Arcade. My name's Skelahton, your fearless leader. So I wanted to say, I heard your feedback from my previous video, and I went ahead and I made some changes that I feel will improve the quality of the video going forward. Hopefully the sound won't be too loud or soft, but let me know what you think. I'm also going to go ahead and take some creative liberties here, just sort of explore with my creative space. Other than that, we're going to go ahead and talk about Road Rash II for today's Raid the Arcade. I'm going to learn you a whole lot of stuff that I learned to myself, so strap yourself in or you might go flying. Road Rash II is the second game in the Road Rash series and is the only one I played as a kid and found online. You can actually play this game with just your keyboard at the website I used, letsplaysega.com. Full disclaimer here, I don't have much experience with the website, so I can't vouch for how accurate it is to able to keep up the games. It seems my game might have run slower than normal, but perhaps it was some kind of setting or issue I had specifically, I'm not exactly sure. So Road Rash 2 came out in 1993 by developer Electronic Arts, back in a time where they made games and had a reputation and didn't rely on season passes to ruin Battlefield games. All kidding aside, EA is still respectable in its own ways, and they continue to see massive success today. But until I review these new games, we'll just go ahead and stick to our retro games, essentially just to appease my sense of nostalgia. So yeah, Road Rash 2, it's pretty much exactly the same as Road Rash 1. It's actually the same game, they just use the same assets, but there's a lot of new stuff they add that shows the game deserved a sequel. You got some new bikes, you got new game modes, new weapons, and a fighting system, and we'll get to that in due time. There is a single player mode, which is what the footage is showing, but the real fun comes from playing with a friend or two. I remember playing this game at my cousin's house, and we would always try to beat the absolute crap out of each other and the other bikers. I mean, how could you focus on anything else when it's so satisfying to steal someone's bike chain and then hit them senseless with it? Much like the other game I reviewed, Lamborghini American Challenge, this game is sort of repetitive and has a tier system for how to play the game. You start out in Division 3 and need to win races in all 5 locations by either being in 1st, 2nd, or 3rd place. This gives you the qualifier, some amount of money, and successfully qualifying in all the areas moves you up to the next tier. You can use the money you have in the shop, where you pick from different bikes and different classes of bikes. They look a little different, handle differently, and have different hit point values. I believe you can earn what you want by grinding, but you're going to want to make sure to upgrade as soon as you can, because you're going to have to get better to beat tougher opponents in the later divisions. Gameplay wise, it's pretty standard and easy to pick up. You have one button to hit the gas and speed up, you turn to avoid cars and other motorists, and you have a button dedicated to bashing someone's skull in. If you manage to hit them, they'll go flying off to the side. Hit them enough and you'll cause them to fall off their bike. Be careful though, because if you go flying off, you need to run back to your motorcycle, and depending on how far you went flying, this could easily cost you the race, even if it's just one accident. Then again, just a little experience with the game and you should be a pro in no time. Towards the later part of my playthrough, I wasn't really falling off the bike anymore, it was just more or less coasting through the maps. So is Road Rash 2 fun? I'll say this, it's fun, but not as fun as I remember. It could be the platform I played on that could have ran it a bit smoother, but it didn't age well to me. The real fun was the mono-y-mono mode where you play with a friend. It's just that the single player seems to be lacking and it's just a bit too repetitive for my taste. So the music's great, the backgrounds and areas are interesting, but the gameplay suffers from that. There's no real difference between the maps. You're just sort of rushing towards the imaginary finish line and you'll be doing the same thing 3 times over for the same 5 maps. Would I recommend the game? If you're into racing or motorbikes, I think you'd have fun with it. It is a little repetitive, but you should definitely give it a try. In the end, it still holds its ground with multiplayer. It's fun to beat the shit out of your friends with bike chains or clubs, or just punching them or kicking them. So bring that friend. Anyway, I think that's where the game sits. Feel free to leave a comment, tell me what you thought about the game or the video. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to join the Skeleton Army, and that will make you see more content. So I want to thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again.